All right, let's roll it. All right, folks, let's call the Wednesday, December 17th meeting of the Town Building Committee to order. It's about 6:06. First item, W.T. Rich, Construction Manager updates.
Good evening.
Welcome, stranger. It's been a while.
I first want to start off, just the person to my left, his name is John McGonigal. John will be taking over for Matt, who's no longer on the project.
Okay.
John, one of our top performing project managers, actually just came off Gloucester Police Project. He's on another public safety complex, really knows the systems well. So our confidence and trust in him is high, and I'm sure you guys will see that as the project comes over the line here. So just on behalf.
Nice to see everyone.
Nice to meet you.
I was actually here for the interview when we did it back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
So
that's
we
right.
already
My
had that.
apologies.
There we go.
I mentioned
It's nice to be back in the room again.
Well, then I got kids. Welcome back.
Right.
So just to hop in, the summary. So last month, a lot of plumbing finishes went in, finished up the MEPs in the app bay, stone flooring in the lobbies, final paving and markings over the top coat areas, as well as flooring continuing, and kind of wrapping up the monument sign out front. Upcoming, continue with the millwork. We have the epoxy flooring going down in the app bay, which if you drove by 10 or 15 minutes ago, you saw them still broadcasting out there. All that material, so that's going to look great. Exterior lighting, blockers and Division 10 finishes, and we're into systems testings right now with startups, and then on to our punch list and closing out those things. So we're trending right now with, startups will continue, fire alarm, lighting controls and those things, as well as commissioning will start soon, and into punch list. So, as far as we see it, we're still on track for that first quarter of 2026, your guys' occupancy.
Great.
Just moving down into the quick summary on dollar values, contingencies, and allowances. Previous authorizations to date, 667,000. About 1.9 was our starting after our buyout. I should back up, just do the quick math. 1.1 starting value, 852,000 back into the savings. Prior usage, 667,000. Value remaining prior to tonight, 1,344,000. And then Brian will present some change orders later on. 75,000 would be the draw against that changing, leaving remaining balance, assuming passes tonight, of approximately $1.27 million in CM contingency. So good job on the buyout. You guys have seen the dividends of that. Funds are staying within the budget, so we're happy with that progress. Allowance side, very similar story. Previous usages, just a little over $1 million of the $2.5 million starting value. The draw is coming up tonight, 118,000. Value remaining just under 1.2 at 1.17 million. So financially very stable. Like I said, you guys saw the dividends of that. Hopefully that goes back. Anticipate going back to reasonable funds so that save the taxpayers money, which we all like, right?
That's the goal. They like that, and I do as well.
The change orders from prior to 1.38 million. Tonight, a nice low number that I know you guys appreciate. Just about little under 28,000, 27,958, and then Brian, you have the details on that later on.
Yep.
Any questions?
Folks, any questions? I like where we're trending. Looking good? Everybody good? All right.
Okay.
All right, PCA 360. The floor is yours.
Okay.
Hey, Brian.
All right. So we issued our OPM monthly report earlier in the week, and that's just an overview of it. And we'll go through some of the detail now. Same schedule, similar schedule what Steve has, slightly different, but this, as I tell you each month, this is the original schedule that we presented to you back in May of 24. So good to see that, we're right there. So really happy to report that. We did get W.T. Rich's monthly schedule update earlier in the week, which I also sent to you in an email earlier. And the project still remains as it was the prior month. We're showing 4 days over the original substantial completion date. So the critical path remains running through the town hall lobby stair, which work's coming along. The millwork just showed up today, so the millworker will be working on that in the next week. So that's good news. And then the flooring, the quarry tile flooring in the lobby also is done and protected, so fantastic to see that done. Then I'll show you some pictures of what the lobby looks like in just a minute. Very similar to last month on the things that are schedule dependent, which is in the report, so I sort of summarized some of what W.T. Rich had. We still have pricing requests from the design team that we're working on, some ASIs also, so they do have some impact. Now they're really moving into punch list, trying to, or work to complete list rather, trying to wrap things up, and then they have to fall back and do some of these changes too. So it does impact some of the flow. So we're hoping that they quiet down this month now that we're into the home stretch. As I mentioned, the stair hall is still our critical path. And then items that are going to be deferred to the spring are the town green area, the pavilion, and the detention basin and stone wall work, all because of the weather changing, are going to be shifted into the spring. Same with the gas line connection to the Mel generator and disconnection of the abandoned water line in Route 114. DOT was asking, it wasn't a quick ask to amend our permit, so they wanted more information. So the weather turned too quick on us by the time we found it, so it's going to have to be a spring item. The one thing that is out there that is causing us some concern, but we're on it, is Comcast still has not received their DOT permit to pull phone lines into the property.
Okay.
Jackie is working with her liaison and others in the town to push as hard as we can. This is a daily conversation. This is something that everybody's focused on. Okay. Those two phone lines are really critical because they're needed to start the elevator testing, the pre-test, which we're planning on doing right after the first of the year. So Comcast had reported to us they thought they would be in the street this week doing their work. So they're coming out tomorrow to do what they can in our MDF, and so they'll do what they can to prepare,
Right.
But they can't be in the street. So the Comcast is, it's not them, it's DOT.
Yeah, understood.
Here's a quick shot from yesterday from the webcam showing the public safety building where things stood. Not much change from last month, and the town green similar, looking towards town hall. Most of what I have for you are updates on the interior, because that's what our focus has been. So this is the public safety building. This is the main training room, multi-purpose room, meeting room on the first floor. You can see there's a very intensive amount of millwork going on right now. The finishes in the restrooms, they're now into doing all the fixtures, hardware, and all the little elements that sort of finish out the room. So we're really at the end here. This is the police side of the second floor. You can see the casework is now illuminated. We're pretty much into a finished condition now, and just work to complete items are being addressed at that level. The locker rooms for the police, they're largely done. Everything that you see in there that's not finished is actually protection to make sure that the finished items don't get damaged. So we just got approval to white out the remaining ceilings, so I think all the above ceiling work is now done, and we can proceed with that. So you can see these are some more images of the locker rooms. So they're looking pretty good. This is the fitness room in the public safety on the first floor. Mirrors have gone in. The TV brackets are installed. All the devices are basically ready to go. The finished flooring's in. It's just protected. So that room's pretty much complete. This is the main MDF room. This week they've been working on getting the ceiling in. All of the infrastructure is basically landed and in place now, ready for the owner's IT department to do their items. So we're pretty much done there. These couple extra photos I took of the room just to show you the amount of work that's gone in there. This is the main lobby of the public safety building. You can see the casework going in. The lobby's really looking quite good. Again, all the finished floor is in, it's just protected. So town hall is in the similar. This is the main kitchen and off the multi-purpose room on the first floor. So you can see all the appliances are in. Everything's basically just being protected to prevent any damage. So now they're just doing the final fitting. This is the multi-purpose room on the first floor of town hall. You can see, everything's largely in. There's still millwork that has to come. This will begin right at the first of the year. They'll be working in this room. They're using it as a staging area. So this is the first floor of town hall, standing in the front of the building, looking to the back. Town offices are to the left, and the community center is off to the right. You can see that the lobby finishes are really coming along. Millwork is going to begin next week, and the tile floor is all complete. Another view looking from the rear of the building towards the front. And then just show some of the town hall offices. This is the health clinic on the first floor. You can see the finished floor just went in. So the next step is put the base in, finish to white out the ceilings, and the space will be pretty close to being ready. And then the main corridor on the first floor, as you come down, you can see the departments. The coiling doors are in. The last step is the finish paint these areas, and the millworker is going to drop down next week to begin the wainscoting along this corridor. And then this is building department to the right, clerk's office to the left at the end of the corridor on the first floor. And then on the second floor, you can see the lobby is coming together. Hearing room beyond. This is the hearing room. We're just waiting on fabric tack boards to come in for them to be able to finish. But the AV equipment is all ready to go. We're just waiting for the end of January to finish putting in the devices. So it's pretty close. And this is a little breakout area off of the hearing room. You can see the amount of millwork and looking pretty good. So right outside the town administrator's office, this is the stair down, offices to the left. You can just see the amount of millwork that's going on the second floor. A lot of trim and wainscoting. They're really in good shape there. I don't have much to report in terms of any significant changes in the budget from last month. There really have been few draws off of the A&E budget. And then on other project costs, we have just processed the invoice for furniture. So that did get processed this month, so 50% payment has gone in. So that's one of our biggest draws off of this budget. Other than that, that's about it. Contingencies, we have a few transfers out of owner contingency this month. I took $30,460 for the move of the soil from the transfer station over to the municipal campus. So these are the invoices we received this month. And so I just applied them to, we had a line in the budget for, it was soil profiling, and I just amended our budget to reflect sort of soil management and put the money in that part of our budget. So it was separated. $6,660 to cover just our monthly billings for A&E additional services to make sure that our budget is balanced. Hard cost contingency, we moved $92,771 to cover change order 12. And then utility costs for the month for electric and water, $8,592. And then $4,500 we moved out of owner contingency for construction materials testing, which is UTS. Cash flow, we did have a bump this month, but that's partly because we had a few dips in the prior months, so we caught up. And so end of year, a lot of the billings are getting caught up and so forth. So we were basically right on track. The bar at the end is essentially what our unused contingencies right now. So that bar, just a little bit, but basically that's showing me kicking what I think will be unused budget at the end. We have 2 additional services requests for owner vendors. This is Valley Communications. We have 2 for you tonight that we need your approval. The first one is For additional AV equipment for the recording, if you remember, we had a proposal to you for $107,000 for recording capabilities that we're adding. When they got into doing the work, they realized they missed a couple of items of equipment in their proposal to us, so they had to ask for an additional $2,750.44. That's the first proposal. The second proposal is for relocation of the PEG equipment from the library to the municipal campus, $44,193.80. So if you would want to take a vote on those two, then I'll move on to the next.
Folks, anybody want to make a motion?
Tell me a little bit more about the second one.
Sure. Actually, I'm going to defer to Jackie. She's the closest one to that one. Do you mind?
No, not at all.
Okay.
So we do have some PEG equipment at the Flint Public Library. This will not eliminate PEG at the library. We'll still have kind of the core functions, but right now the head end for the cable station is at the library. It's where it comes in off the street. This will move the head end to the new public safety building. It'll connect it to the town hall, so that way right now the library is not on generation, and so this will ensure that when we have a power outage like the rest of the campus, it'll make sure that the PEG head end is on the generators. So it is, to me, worth moving that piece, and then it will move some of the other more technical aspects of the broadcasting channel that I frankly would ask Paul to come explain if he would like more detail, because they start to go a little over my head beyond that. They're the technical components of broadcasting and the
Or
machines.
just this coming along now, this wasn't planned, are we now just kind of slopping other things into?
No, and I'm frustrated by our vendor at this point, to put it politely. I know Paul shares my frustration. We had asked them for everything up front, and they, didn't give us everything that we needed. But at the same time, if we don't do this now, it'd be more expensive to come back to town meeting as a capital article to do this later. We're better off coordinating it now while they're out to do a lot of other things. So as much as it pains me, I do think my recommendation would be to proceed.
So we're looking for a motion to approve these two additional service requests.
Yes, please.
Do we want one or do we want two?
I think you can do it either way.
Do I need to actually pull out my calculator and come out with the total? Or to just say as
Oh, just
presented?
do them individually, it'd be easier.
Fine.
Right? Yep.
I move that we recommend approval of the additional service request from Valley Communications in the amount of $2,750.44 for
Additional equipment.
additional equipment.
AVA.
Okay, get a second? Paul?
Second, yes.
Second from Paul. All in favor? Aye, we're all
Aye.
good. Unanimous.
I move that we recommend approval of additional service request to Valley Communications in the amount of $44,193.80 for moving PEG equipment from the public library.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, second from Frank. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Thank you. We have two proposals for you for Ockers, which is our security integrator. The first one is town hall motion sensors. What happened during construction, the motion sensors were intended to be wall-mounted, and the way the soffit configurations were, based on the original design, they didn't realize how it was configured exactly from the reflected ceiling plans. So what they found when they got out there is they needed to go to ceiling-mounted sensors. And unfortunately, we bought the equipment over a year ago, and they couldn't return the devices. So we have attic stock of wall-mounted sensors, unfortunately. We tried to get them returned so we could reduce this, but unfortunately, we had to purchase new devices.
What order of magnitude?
2,000, I can't even read my
Oh, I
own
meant,
screen.
no, for what we can't return.
24 devices.
24, so, I mean, they run about
Yeah, about
$20 a
$200
piece.
a piece.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah, for-
small.
for
And I-
And they'd be exchangeable with other motion detectors in the building as they fade out or break or,
I don't know what the-
No?
I don't know how many we have that are wall, the wall version. I believe we have some. I just don't recall how many.
And
but they'd be exchangeable
Yes.
with it, yes.
Yes, they are.
And the other piece too that Brian doesn't know is that we're gonna be putting an article together for town meeting for fiscal '27 for capital to replace the system at the library. The library's on a residential grade, system at this time, from a longer time ago than it should be. And so when we get quotes for that, if some devices can be used as replacement devices, but the other concept that we're talking about in the TA office is if we can't use them here at the project, we could potentially use them and extend the Ocker system into the library, which would at least provide you all with some cost savings, though not to this project, but it would at least have us use all of the sensors if they don't fit in the right ways that we need them
Sounds
to.
good.
Yeah, that sounds
So there's a backup plan, but we want them to be here first, but
Yeah, these
we
are
could have another opportunity.
Bosch, which are pretty standard items. Yep,
2,936 and 16.
yep.
I can't read that at all.
That was,
read
some of
that?
those were guesses.
It's small. On my screen, it's even smaller. Yes.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the additional service request to Ockers in the amount of $2,936.16 for motion sensors.
I get a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor, folks?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, next is at Town Hall, we have the stair that is enclosed that goes up to the attic. And after reviewing, we felt that, the public could get up there. Can't go anywhere, but there is a sort of a landing that's somewhat big, and then there's two doors that access either the mechanical space or the storage areas. So there was a discussion about a month ago in the OAC about how do we manage that to keep people from congregating up there, and thought the best way to do it was to add a camera to deter people.
Okay.
And so we got a proposal from Ockers. I have to read the screen over here.
$4,123.38.
Thanks. Let's see if I can zoom in the screen. There we go. How's that?
413-328? No, 41238.
Yeah, 4,123 and 38 cents. So that's to add a camera to basically the upper level of Town Hall as a deterrent.
No smoking in the blind spot?
Right.
Vaping.
Sure.
I got a motion.
Move to approve additional service request for Ockers in the amount of $4,123.38 for an additional camera for Town Hall.
Second, folks?
I'll second it.
All right, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you. And then another request, context architecture. This is amendment number 25. When we had our town green regrading scope, we actually didn't include any electrical engineering.
Yep, makes sense.
When we went to go get it priced, we have Griffin Electric. They want everything documented in an electrical drawing for them to price. We were trying to do it just on a civil drawing, and it wasn't acceptable to them. So in order to respond to Griffin, before they will give us a firm price, we need to have it engineered. So we have a proposal.
No one's reading that one.
How about, I'll help you out, 2,220.
Okay.
For, this is amendment number 25, which is for GGD, which is a sub consultant to Context Architecture.
2,200, not 20.
Excuse me, 2,200. Speaking too quickly.
Here we go.
Thank you.
I'd make a motion to, with regards to number 25, expenditure of $2,220 for electrical at the town green.
2,200, I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Okay, $2,200.
Yes. Yes.
Second.
It's $20.
Second from Kyle. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. And that's it for additional requests. So under potential change orders, these are items that the team is tracking right now that are either in review, we've requested additional pricing, or we've decided to move forward on T&M. So you can see under items that are potentially change orders, 716,000. A lot of that is the town green regrading and the meld pad. So when I put this together, this is the monthly report from beginning of the week. We have since approved that BCO.
Yes, we have.
So that is now going to be in the next change order. In the Mel generator pad cost, when I created this, was at 181. I meant to update my figure. We did an extensive amount of work with WT Rich to get the number down. We actually got it down to about 112,000. So pretty happy with the results there. So that'll show up in next month's change order. So that item that I have my mouse on right there. And then we're still working on pricing the town green regrading. Like today, we just received some pricing from LEI, which is the landscaper on the stone wall work.
Yep.
And we realized that there was some miscommunication in the detail that resulted in a higher price. So we're working with the context team and Bowler to
Knock that
make
down.
some modifications to that detail so we can get the pricing better. It was much too high.
There we go.
So we think we can do much better
So
by
that 350
making
is coming
some
down.
changes to the drawing.
Okay.
Minor tweaks.
What are the-
So anyhow,
what are-
we're working on it.
What are the changes to the stone wall?
So the site drawing, if you look at the grading, the height of the grade from one side of the wall to the other side of the wall, the difference is 3 feet. But the detail says up to 5.5 feet. And so then it would need to be engineered and, and we don't want to do that. We want to do it as a loose laid, site-built wall. So we realized that detail created some confusion because of the way it was giving a range.
Yep.
So we'd like the detail updated to reflect the actual condition. So that's number one. And then there was some notes in there too on the detail. We want to see if we can modify. There's some references to Mass DOT specifications
Yep.
for constructing the wall, but we're not in there right away. We're on town property. So I've asked Andrew to talk to Bowler about taking some of that language out of that detail. I think it might have been a kind of a generic detail that they put in the drawing, so we'd like it updated to
I
be
know the
specific.
details, so, yeah.
We want
Yeah,
it to be
basically it's just to get
specific
the
so
mass
we
in.
get better pricing.
Yeah,
So.
makes sense.
All right, so we just really, John just gave me some information today, thank you, and then I edited, or made my markups, gave it to Andrew, and he's already worked on getting it over to Bowler.
We like it.
How it works, right down the line, pass the buck. All right, so anyhow, those are the
we
big
get it
ones
eventually, don't we?
that we're tracking, but, and after that, they're relatively small.
Great.
So this month, we have construction requisition for payment number 18 that is ready for your approval. It is for $2,167,234. And so we're asking for your recommendation to approve, which will go to the select board
January 6th.
January 6th. Yeah. Thank you.
So folks, can I get a motion for pay rec 18 and the amount of $2,167,234? Did I do that right?
How's that?
Much better.
Make a motion to approve requisition number 18 for the amount of $2,167,234.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Second from Paul, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Change order 13 we have this month, as Steve mentioned, for $27,958. And I'll go through the detail of that with you now. So I've, on the screen here, anything that is a change order that increases the GMP contract value is in yellow. Any contingency, GMP contingency draws are blue, and then anything that is an allowance draw is in green. So I'll go through change orders first, and then I'll drop back. So we have a credit for a modification to stair B ceiling, which resulted in a credit of about $900. We have Town Hall Stair A coordination, an ASI that was issued to the field for changes to that stair. This is the open stair in the lobby. There was a lot of coordination that happened with the between the Miss Metals and the millworker, and out of that resulted in some ads. This is, I think, mostly related to the guard. Yeah, as, right. So this, so $6,805. And then extended curbs. This is around the site. We have various places where the grade either rises up steeply, so we have to make a custom built, basically it's almost like a retaining wall to hold back the earth, or the other way around where we have a curb around the edge of a parking lot where the grade drops off and you can't use a standard curb, precast curb, so they have to site cast them. So there was some added scope early on in the project when we made some changes to the meld generator and in moving around some of the parking areas to accommodate that generator that resulted in these curb cuts. That was not part of the original cost that we presented to you. This was something that didn't become apparent until we got into the grading, and so we realized that they were necessary. So it was $23,632 for that. And then after that, we had some additional panic buttons that we added to the project, which was at the owner request, so 1,170. We have the public safety equipment room, 237. This is up on the second floor. This is the interview room recording equipment. The area allotted for it with the casework just wouldn't fit the equipment, so we had to make a modification to the casework to fit the equipment. So 3,831. And then in the apparatus bay, we have hatches that go to the attic. We had to make some modifications to how those hatches were configured, which resulted in some additional cost of $2,196. At Town Hall, the precast lettering paint. So is this because we had the sign bands in the front and back, and was it only called for in one?
It was the number of coats that the painter
Oh,
needed to
right.
apply.
Thank you. I
They
forgot
carried,
about that.
I think one coat, and he
In
needed
this-
an additional 2.
In the specs, we had one coat, but we require a two-coat system.
Yeah.
Thank you. One is a bonding agent, essentially, and the second one is the paint that goes over it. Because we owned a one-coat process, and this is a two-coat process, it ended up being in that. Thank you, Andrew, appreciate it. So that was 9,373 as a change. Other items on the second page here, we have the two-way talk-through system at the transaction window in the public safety building lobby. We were able to eliminate an electronic communication device and just use an opening in the glass, which resulted in a credit of $6,774. There was in the public safety building, there was carbon monoxide sensors that weren't necessary because we don't have any. What is it? Gas. Yeah, combustion. So what we realized is that we could eliminate some of these devices. So 5,436 as a credit. And then town hall hearing room, we had a projector that we were able to eliminate, which our AV consultants providing, and we could take it away from the electrical contractor. So it was 4,290. And then some modifications to sink and faucets in the, I think this was in the public safety, just coordination, 858. Another credit for the vault. Instead of doing a finish in the 6-hour vault, we just painted the interior, and we got a credit for that of $2,508. So those are all the change orders on the project, which net total $27,958. And the other items are draws off of contingency. So I can go through the contingency items. So we had some modification to the accessible toilet in one of the cell blocks that we had to order a new fixture because it was left hand versus right hand due to a conflict. Town hall and public safety, we had a couple areas where we needed to add some soffits for transitions. Finance director's office, honestly, I can't remember what PR 77 is, but I bet Andrew does.
Is that wall?
He's,
Finance director's office.
Is it jog in the wall?
is this?
Oh, yeah, there's a column that we had to go around, yes.
Oh, all right, okay, so yeah, so there was a modification there, we used contingency for that, thank you. Some jam and door head detail changes at second floor of public safety, and then flat roof west wall. This is a transition detail between the flat roof as it joins the parapet. We needed to make a modification. So it was a coordination item between two trades. And then we have pipe insulation, and we had some exposed pipes that we had to protect in the janitor's room. And then exterior wall, it's tier 3 in the apparatus bay. There's actually more than one place. This occurs
There's 5 locations.
5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Forget. I know Alex documented all this for us. So it was a fussy detail that needed some clarity. So we had to. It involved the roofer, the framer, some wall finishes. It was like 3 different trades that had to do some modifications at 5 different locations on the roof at the public safety building. So that was a contingency draw. Overhead track. These are the overhead doors. We had some bolts from some angle iron that was forming the openings that were conflicting with the tracks for the overhead doors. We had to modify. We had to weld instead of having them be bolted. So there was a T&M to address that. Public safety equipment room, 237. We had a modification to the. Oh no, that's the one I already talked about. I'm sorry, I lost my place. I'm on blue, sorry. Number 225, rotation of the fire pole. So this was a coordination item. It wasn't exactly clear how it was like a cast-in-place ring that got installed when the slabs were being installed. And that ring needed to be positioned a specific way to allow for the entrance from the second floor. And when that was installed, it was rotated about a quarter of the way out of alignment. So we needed a more direct path for the firemen to be able to access that opening to get down the pole. So we had to make a modification to that. So that's what that is there. So that's a coordination item. And then on page 2, the blue items, contingency, public safety, apparatus bay, aprons. We had, I can't remember exactly. Was this a remobilization for doing them? I think we had to do it out of sequence. So there was that was the 1,680. And then we had some other on 166. Yeah, I think it was a remobilization. I'm pretty certain it was. Millwork soffit coordination items. Again, most of the contingency has to do with coordination between trades. Sprinkler feed to multi-purpose room. That was just an item that was overlooked in the drawings, and in our GMP, they kind of connect the dots on these things. So it was missed in the file sub-bid scope, but it was covered under GMP contingency. And then 156, the second floor lobby door frame coordination. It had to do with door frame thicknesses and coordinating with the millwork, so we had to make some changes there. We made some relocated AED to areas that made more sense, so we had already framed and cut the holes and then had to patch them to move the AEDs, again, on a coordination item with millwork. Sallyport booking, CMU, this is a request of the building inspector to make sure that we were fireproofed right up to the underside of the attic. And so we had to make a modification to those walls. And then RFI 436 stem wall and apparatus bay.
We had to cut it down.
This was a coordination. It was when the wall was formed at the, this is at the, by the, on the opposite side of, like, away from.
The last bay before the fire garage.
Yeah, by the
before
fire
stair to the
garage. There was a
loft,
wall
yeah.
that was sticking up. It was a coordination item, got poured early on in the project, and then became an issue that had to be cut out. So that was the stem wall. And then the last one for contingency was miscellaneous structural steel modifications that were required. And so that's it for contingency. And then go back to allowance draws. We had cold water hookups at the public safety kitchen. The refrigerators required them to be recessed. The hookups were in front of the wall, so they're modifying that now to recess them for the refrigerator installations. And then we had miscellaneous shelving buyout. This was just an item of shelving that was not bought out originally. It was something that we were going to wait till later on to buy out, and so this is now just drawing down on an allowance. Public safety lobby floor prep. We had to do additional floor prep for that lobby floor for the tile. At the time the concrete was placed, greater allowance was provided than necessary, which resulted in the flooring contractor having to build up the floor a little bit more than expected. And then town hall, copy room, we made a millwork change. That's the last allowance item on that page. And then on the next page, we had door jamb thickness conflicts. These are, again, another item that we had. This is at public safety, just coordinating millwork with door jambs. And then relocated electric cabinet unit heaters at Town Hall Stair B. And then we have dated and power jack requirements in the Sally port that were added. And then premium time on Saturdays for the excavator. This is how we made up our time to get back to schedule. So we're only paying the premium above the standard rate with no benefits or anything. It's just that premium to run the crews on the weekends. And then that's what the next 70F, E, D, and C are. And those all are allowances we have within GMP. So that is as fast as I could give you an update of all those PCOs. So that is change order 13 in the amount of $27,958.
And what was your conversation we just had worth? We gotta add that to it.
You watched the video.
If you can just summarize all of those changes in this.
Yeah, so
Yes, I would make a motion to
We-
accept change order number 13 to the tune of 37,000.
27.
27.
Oh, yeah, that's what I wrote down. 27, I was sitting back here. $27,958.
Can I get a second, folks?
Second.
Second from Kyle. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thanks very much. All right, that is it. I am all done.
You sure?
I'm done. Yeah, sorry. Did the fastest I could.
No, it's all good. Okay, context. You guys are up.
As Brian alluded to, we did get the bulk of our furniture order placed with the deposit made, so that is in production now, so it's very exciting. The last step we have with furniture and equipment is guest chairs and sort of side chairs for offices, and we have decisions from the police and fire department, and we're just waiting on the COA to allow some of their users to test the options that have been delivered to them this week. So we expect to have that wrapped up, or feedback from the COA next week, I believe is what Julian promised us. So fingers crossed we can hold to that, and then that order will probably go in the beginning of January. Chairs have a shorter lead time, so we should be on point for them coming at the same time as the rest of the furniture.
Beautiful.
And then we continue with the RFIs and site observations, and we are we've committed ourselves to come to the site on January 5th with a team of 4 people from Context to punch out the public safety building in hopefully one day. And if not, we'll follow up the following day during the OAC meeting.
Cool.
Great.
Any questions, folks? Seeing none. All right. I have Town of Middleton updates. I assume this is you, Ms. Bresnahan?
It is, thank you. Couple of updates for you tonight, starting with good news.
I like good news.
Want to thank Chief Lacoste. The I's are not dotted and the T's are not yet crossed, but we have secured a donation for all the fitness equipment for the public safety fitness space.
Right on. Very good.
So we're working through that, but it's a big win. I know both Chief Lacoste and Captain Armitage, this is near and dear to their hearts. So very good news to have that in the form of a donation that'll at some point in the new year appear before the select board for acceptance. But
Awesome.
just wanted to let you all know that that has panned out wonderfully.
Good.
Chief, thank you.
And then we have an interesting opportunity to collaborate with Rich that we wanted to bring to the building committee's attention.
Sure.
back in the long time ago times, at the very beginning, we talked about having some collaboration with potentially Essex Tech students who are doing work in the trades. And a unique opportunity came up through something that we've been working on. And we wanted to talk with the building committee about it before W.T. Rich had reached out to Essex Tech. So there is a space on the campus where we need, what else did we describe it as?
Called it a doghouse, but
Yeah,
it's some sort of weather
but
enclosure.
it's taller than that.
Yeah.
It's like a weather station coverage.
Looks like a trailhead,
Trailhead markers, yeah.
sign,
One
you know,
of
like where you
those-
have a
the
little
kiosk.
roof and the
Like-
map.
like-
or
yeah, like a
whatever,
kiosk.
something like
Yeah.
that.
And the plan of the kiosk is that it would cover the irrigation control system and just keep it out of the elements. But we also think that it would be nice to use it as a trailhead for some of the trail mapping that we're gonna do for the back part of the wetlands. And so we'd like to, with your permission, reach out to Essex Tech about having some of their students do that project for us. Just wanna take your temperature. But the thing that we got, I mean, we were all like deeply excited about this today, and I want to like capture like how excited we were in the trailer as a group. The thought is to design it and make it look like the starting point of the original golf course, which was a little red trailhead marker back in the day.
Excellent
And
idea.
the thought it would be a really nice way to respect the history of the property and kind of give a little another nod to the Brown family, while serving a nice purpose of keeping our irrigation controls out of the weather and elements. So I wanted to bring that idea to you all and see what you thought.
It's a great idea.
And the starter, you know, this where the starter
Yeah.
had a little roof and
Yeah. Very cool. That's a good idea.
So,
We've used the Middlesex folks ourselves on a bunch of trailhead and kiosk stuff, so it's
Yeah.
good use of their time, for sure.
So we'll coordinate with Essex Tech. It was worked out well today. I saw one of the Brown sisters, Catherine, and brought her up to speed, and she thought that was a fun idea as well. A nice tribute to the original use of the property. So
Very cool.
with your permission, we'll proceed. I don't think we need to modify our site plan for a structure this size, but maybe we can follow up on it.
I mean, it's probably a shed, right? That's a Scott question, but I would
Yeah,
imagine it's.
so we'll follow up.
It would be like a shed, right? It's not even. It's
It's like a trailhead marker is probably the best description.
Yeah, I don't see that as anything that would require a change.
There's no issues in terms of the work being performed on the site by others?
That-
Essex Tech?
We'll coordinate amongst that. We
Good.
always try to find an opportunity to get back to you and involve the younger community members, and it just felt like the right time to do that
Well, that's a
with this
great
type of
idea.
thing.
I know that the Boy Scouts have some interest too, so if you have some other ideas, just as an FYI.
Yeah, that's great.
They've reached out to me.
Mhm.
so.
Maybe we'll talk to them about some of the trail maintenance that we need to do next spring so that
That's
those
a great idea.
the wetland trails are walkable.
That's a great idea.
Scouts can't do any power tools, but they can cut trails.
And they've done a wonderful job. I want to say they've done a wonderful job in a lot of our neighborhoods doing that work, so.
Cool.
The other piece that we wanted to bring to the building committee's attention tonight is in regards to the trailers that are on the site right now. So as you all know, we've extended the timeline into the spring for some of the outlying items with paving and site work. And so while the trailers as they exist today are far bigger and more spread out and than we'll need, there will be still some need for presence of W.T. Rich and slightly PCA 360 on site after we've occupied the buildings. We do need a bit of a headquarters, though the team that'll be in there will be significantly reduced and the trailer will be significantly smaller. We could work to try to accommodate them into one of the buildings, but I think having, muddy site work folks coming in and out of brand new finished buildings is not ideal. And I also want to ensure that our departments can get in there and unpack and start using their new spaces. So the thought we've had and kind of discussed thoroughly, but want to bring to you for approval is when the trailer size is reduced to the smaller trailer, the size of the trailer could fit along the back section of the public safety parking lot, not in the secure section, but in the public section along the very back, and it would basically take up that one final row of parking spots.
Yep.
And then they could use some area near that for equipment setup, but wanted to bring that concept to the building committee because it is a pretty aesthetic decision, but work still needs to go on even when the departments have moved in, so we wanted to get your feedback on that.
I mean, I don't see it being an issue at all. I mean, I think it makes a ton of sense.
I'm assuming there's going to be adequate parking for the public safety staff that won't have to.
Yeah, this is the public side though, right? So it's not even, it's for
Correct.
whoever would be
Yeah.
coming into the public safety.
I think it was 8 parking spots.
Well, but
8
like
parking
employee
spots.
vehicles aren't going to be parked, personal vehicles aren't going to be
True,
parked in the
true.
secure area, so they're going to be parking
Yeah.
probably right near there.
Yeah, but we have visitor spaces within it too, right?
you foresee the timeline
Couple months.
Yeah,
6 months.
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
Yeah,
Did you
8,
say 6?
but, well, that's the rental period, and with paving, you know, being August, it could be 6 months.
And by the end, it would probably be less because we wouldn't by the end when we're closing out. We wouldn't need the full 6.
Yeah, you'd
Probably
return
looking at
it
like
sooner.
4. Yeah.
So the quote you received was a little under 8,000 for a new smaller trailer,
It's half the size of the one.
Set
we have
up.
now.
rental, and removal for their, for WT Rich. The OPM trailer would just be moved over, and both could fit in that slot.
One of the considerations was the volume of employees. Certainly, police and fire have a number of employees, and they'll be sharing that parking lot. With the COA, the food pantry, and all the town offices, we feel like the volume will be a problem when we first move in, particularly because the COA is just going to explode with participation, and that's a greater variable. Whereas public safety, the shift strength is now what it will be for those 6-month period. And so the other option was to move the folks into one of our buildings, into a room that we basically wouldn't be able to use that space. And that is not my preference. I want to let our departments move in and set up and get organized and start to use the space. There's a couple other spots that are flat enough, but not. And the other spot that I was looking at was there's a very flat spot on the front side of the Town Hall Community Center when I was walking a week or so ago. However, it would be very visible from the road, whereas this is a little bit more tucked from the street. If that is an aesthetic decision that matters to you all.
I think as long as it works for you folks.
Chief, you're comfortable with it or not?
Or is this the first you're hearing of it?
It is the first. It
Is
is
it
late
the first you're hearing
breaking.
of it?
It is late breaking news.
Late breaking news?
It's on me.
There you go.
I think the employees will all be parked out back in the secure area.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Yes, this is just for public and.
So it'll take up, how many spots did you say?
8 spaces.
On the very back of the lot towards the trees, you know, far away.
Basically,
And then
next
how
door to the
many
Eagles.
employees on a daily basis will take up additional spots?
There? I mean, I thought the intent.
That's a good question.
2 to 4.
2 to 4, that's it?
Yeah. Maybe 6. Like, a little bit's like meeting days, maybe a fluctuation, but if we're virtual, so like.
So you'll
just
still
call
have
it
most of
worst
that
case
lot
6.
available for public, if anybody needs to come in.
Yeah,
The
but I
only
mean, I
concern was
thought a
just
lot of
that-
it.
I can get you guys over the plan that we
I was just
had.
gonna say, a lot of it, I think what we
you
were
can see
looking
it.
at was,
Limits of their work area. They won't.
like, when you're having.
This would be the issue, but we could just delay
No,
when
I
we
was just gonna
start
say-
doing big trainings, you know, for a few months. So
I just wanted to confirm that, like, employees' personal vehicles, they'll be in the secure area?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm fine with it.
And of course, muddy boots is inevitable anyway, because we have land use and inspectional services in these buildings.
I'm gonna try for
Get
like
used to
a
it.
minute to keep it clean.
Like a boot brush and like an
Yeah.
extra little tray by the door for the
There you
slippers.
go. Place for your boots, huh?
Get those the
Yeah.
Remove your shoes
the
before
surgical
entering.
foot covers that they use at the
Yeah.
hospitals.
Ah!
I'm fine with it going in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you guys are good with
they're
it,
good with
we're cool with it, I think.
I'll give you that drawing.
Sounds good.
And that was the extent of my updates, with one small logistics, which is the third Wednesday of the month still working for everybody. That's what I've booked for this space, and through the spring, but I just want to confirm that the third Wednesday at 6 is still working.
Fine with me.
Good on my end, yeah.
Okay,
You guys
thank
are all
you.
good, right? We don't, so use of grants and earmarks, we talked about that last meeting.
Yeah, I left it on because I didn't know what to call the fitness donation.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Makes sense. And then anticipated opening date and open house again. did we-
Holding strong for the soft opening.
Yep.
And then, community open house, Justin and I started brainstorming before he went on leave.
Yep.
But if any of you have ideas, concepts of what you want that to look like, can you be in touch with me, either an email or phone call, if you have input of how you would like that day to be? We've definitely got some ideas from if you guys have input on what you'd like to see that day look like, it would be really helpful to get that feedback in the next month or two. please and thank you.
Yeah.
He hired a town facilities director that was supposed to start in December, wasn't he?
He did.
You did?
So is he involved in any of the startup of all these things?
Oh, he really is. What a wonderful question.
I want to make sure of.
So Peter Coleman joined us about 2.5 weeks ago, December 1st, and has hit the ground running. And he's joined us in the weekly OAC meetings. He's joined the weekly, bi-weekly commissioning meetings. We had him on the last leg of the keying project. He's
Startups.
Yeah, he's out. He's basically on site on every single municipal building, old and new, every day, learning our quirks, learning the building's quirks. He's actually just let me know that he got set up with our new ticketing system that he's going to do for facilities requests for the staff, which is going to be wonderful. I know he's been meeting with stakeholders. I don't know if I think he might have met with both of you by now. Met with the person who does facilities for Memorial Hall and 195. He's already seen some snow removal since he's been on the job with us. But so far, so good.
Good.
Mostly want to make sure he's getting what he needs out of these folks. So
Yeah,
if he
they've
has
been
feedback,
very
then-
responsive. I think we've been all, Brian and I especially have been like eagerly waiting to pounce on whoever.
Try not to load him up too fast.
Yeah.
So we're easing him in.
Wanna scare him
We don't want to
away.
scare him, right? No, he's doing a great job. There's a lot coming at him, but we're doing what we can to help him.
And he's got a great person in Paul Goodwin who's going to be supervising him and working with him on his budgets. And he was previously a facilities director on a college campus, so he's used to about 30-something buildings.
I
So
saw the
this-
interviews, so yeah.
Yeah, nice change. So
Seems like a nice guy.
yeah, it's good news, which is nice.
Anything else for Jackie, folks? Seeing none. All right, our last one, meeting minutes from our November 19th meeting that we all had a chance to review. We got that very timely. Thank you, Mr. LaRoche. That was nice to have it ahead of time.
Well, I sent it to you a month ago, but I figured I'd resend it
That's
to
what
you.
I'm saying. It was very much ahead of time. I liked that a lot.
And it looked
Good.
familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we have any changes, modifications, or a motion to approve?
I move that we approve the meeting minutes from November 19th as provided by Brian.
Okey-dokes. Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, second from Frank. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, folks. That's about all we have, unless you have something you'd like to add to the meeting.
Yeah, it's just,
Fire away.
for me, no, I just wanted to clarify, I know I had sent that email out to the group just with that particular question regarding the stop line.
Yes. Yep.
And Brian, thank you for the information
Yep.
Yeah.
you had sent me. I guess the bottom line is, that I just wanted to make sure that it was adequate. And the best way to do that is when we can get the largest vehicle that we own down there
Yeah.
and see how it makes that swing on.
Yeah, I mean, I would question if we even need the stop bar at all. I mean, I would think that you'd want to get rid of folks in the center lane and just hatch it out so people can't park there. Or stop there.
Yeah, I
Right?
mean,
if
I
it's
guess the
you
concern
guys
that I-
sitting in the hatched area, I mean,
Well, the
is that a
concern that
problem?
I would have is that, especially initially, would there be confusion? Would people be in that middle lane to
Yeah.
turn left
Yeah,
to
yeah.
think that
Yeah.
the entrance would be on the apparatus apron? So,
Right. So, I mean, to me, it makes more sense, I think, to kind of hatch it out if we can and not have that spot to stop, right? Wouldn't you think that makes more sense? So folks will go into the main lane,
yeah, I mean,
right? I mean, that's what I was thinking made more sense, but as I thought about it.
yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I just worry that, people will screw up and try to turn.
They will.
I can guarantee you that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Regardless of what we do. So,
Yeah.
that's usually what happens. But people get accustomed. So.
So we could, that could be accomplished with some additional striping or.
Yeah, I mean, we have to still get back to MassDOT
Yeah.
a little bit, right?
Yeah, so our traffic engineer thought it wouldn't be a problem from Mass DOT if we moved the stop line.
Right.
They did perform, I sent it to you, I believe, just for you to review the truck turning. They
Oh, I saw that too, yeah. Yep.
City of Boston, the largest ladder truck that they have, they had the data for it, and they did a truck turning movement, and they were able to navigate coming out from the most left, as you're looking at the apparatus, most left, and made the turn based on the radius as it is now without crossing into the center turn lane. But it does mean the truck, as it leaves the bay, has to sort of go left to go right.
Yeah.
Not significant, but I wanted Bill to just look at it before I sent it out. review, just to make sure you're okay
It
with
made
it.
sense to me, but I think, as I thought about it after this, I was thinking to me, like, what, do we really even need that stop bar and have people in that lane at all?
We get
it's
the
just-
arrows too.
Yeah, I mean,
Left
that's
arrows
what
in
I'm
that
saying, we
lane,
get
yeah.
rid of all that, because you're the only folks that are doing it, and I mean, let's be honest, if you're
Get
sitting
rid
in
of
the
the
hatched
left
area, that's
arrow and actually put a like whatever you call the yeah, I call them cross hatches, but that's not
yeah,
the
the
term
gore
for
strip,
traffic.
they call it gore strip, but yeah,
Yeah.
just, go
Right.
yeah. I mean, to me, that makes probably I think that's the safest way to go, you know, so that would be my,
But that center turn lane, I think when you're going the opposite direction, there's a driveway into where Form Fitness is. So you got to think about it from both directions
Yep,
too.
no, understood.
Because a car will be coming.
I
I don't know north.
Yeah,
so they'll
we'd
be
have to
going
look at it.
southbound.
West and east.
And they would move into that center turning lane to make
Yeah.
a left. So if you put crosshatches,
but the plan I had didn't have that whole stretch, I'm not sure exactly where that
yeah. All
driveway
right, we'll
sits.
take.
So we just
we'll
need to take a
start.
look
So
at
I'll
it.
get you the truck turning, just so you can see it, and then we'll get the plan. We'll make some edits and see what you think.
Yeah, I
Right.
think it was worth just bringing it up just to make sure that we have no issues once the final striping and final paving is there, and
It's
then.
Yeah.
awesome that we have a draft of our future striping that we can review. They're going to wipe it out in the spring, so now's the time. So, all right, no worries. Yep.
While we're on this subject, can you also, sorry, Chief, I see your hand up too. Is this about the same thing, or is it, because I have a thing about the other driveway. Can you provide the update about
Sure.
the other driveway? Because I've gotten questions from building committee members as well as members of the public, and I
Yep.
think it'd be good to,
The radius is too small.
It is. It should be
It's
about
supposed to be 15 feet. What got installed is 10.
I would say higher than that. It's
DOT actually told us to make it 15.
Really, on a 45 mile an hour road, that's not, that, usually it's 20 to 30 feet for every street.
Do you think they would, I don't know that they would have a problem with us making it bigger.
I think they would be okay with
It's
it.
10 right now.
What is this?
It's
The-
10, the
the
radius
main
of the
driveway?
main driveway.
where
Yeah,
it's
too
so
way too
skinny.
tight.
The main entrance to
Yes.
the.
It's
too
Way too
It
tight.
seems narrow.
Yeah, it's narrow because it's just, they made the radius curve too tight, so it needs, I mean, 15 's still not really open. I mean,
Okay.
typically I run around 20 to 30 depending on the road and how fast folks are going on it, so.
That, you're right, the more the better.
Yeah.
Think about the drivers who have a lot of experience in driving, let's put it nicely, going to a certain facility in the
Understood.
complex.
Understood.
May need a little wider berth.
Frank, you can just tell people I'm the bad driver, because I am. I'm the person who needs this.
I mean, you look at any
Me.
road,
Sure, yeah,
if you
I'll-
look at any road, even like Winterberg Road across the street, right? I mean, that radius is probably 20 to 30 feet, it's probably 30 feet.
Okay.
So
I'll
I think
talk
we'd
to
wanna-
GPI about it.
Yeah, we want to widen that out. If I need to hop on a call.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think, Brian, the other piece that you said today when I had asked was that it would be something we would correct in the spring.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we still had work out there anyway, right? So the ramps weren't even in yet, so all this is, it definitely, we caught it early enough so it's not.
We
really an
put
issue.
bituminous down knowing that the radius had to be changed, so
Yeah.
we didn't put the permanent in.
Perfect.
There is, I don't want to say landscaping, but like the curbing is in, and there's sort of some dirt, almost landscaping on one side, and on the other side, they have, the bubbles for, if you're.
The warning strips.
The warning strips. So there, it is finished in that sense, so you just undo that
Oh,
and
you have
spread
to
it
have
out.
them even as a temp because it's in the state right
It's a
away.
temp, yeah, we
It's a
temped it
temp.
in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
I suppose, since we're talking
Right away,
about
Chief.
different things, you go and then I have one other
Okay,
thing.
go
No,
ahead.
no, no. Please.
The air compressor for the air bottles. So it's my understanding we're gonna need some machinery to bring that up to the mezzanine in the station. And the reason why I bring this up is I just wanna make sure that the equipment's not gonna damage the epoxy floor once we,
We're gonna protect it once it's done, because we have lifts that we need to get in there, so we'll let you know when that's all protected, but that should be in like a week and a half. Gotta let the floor cure for a week, and then we'll put temp protection, get ladders on there, then the full protection that we had on previously. Make sure that's fully protected, so.
and
Give it a heads
then
up.
the lights and the apparatus floor.
Yeah, those are just because they're painting.
No, when,
Yeah, we have to straight,
Yeah.
like, the
Yeah, well, we have to
red
get- we have
rod
to get the
is
runs
long.
straight.
They need to come back and kind of
Yeah.
twist them this way, so
Okay.
they,
All right.
yes, we know what you're saying.
Yeah, they've
Yeah, I saw
been
the- I
working
saw the
on
photo.
painting, removing that, they had everything protected, and they just removed all that on Saturday, so
Okay.
they haven't gone back to do the final lining.
okay.
The one other thing I wanted to mention is that we went to pull the new electric service for the signal, for the traffic signal. And Mel told us that the pole was rotted and they couldn't pull a new electric service in.
The poll for the,
The utility pole, the Verizon pole.
okay.
And so we need to get that pole replaced, and Jackie's and Mel have been both working very hard to get Verizon's attention. But right now, that signal, we don't have power and we can't program it. So, and we don't have any timeline of when that pole is going to be replaced.
That's a problem.
So it just occurred to me when we were talking about all these things, that's something that is on hold right now. It's beyond our control.
And I did bring it up to Mike Cloutier today, and I know he was going to follow up with Bernie. I know Anthony has also followed up with Bernie, so we don't want to like over follow up, but we need to do it promptly. So I did
Yep.
talk with Mike about it again today.
Yep.
Bernie?
Bernie Walk, the facilities.
Coordinator.
Thank you for the meld. He's Mike's number 2.
Okay.
Yep.
No, that's good to know. I know you'd sent me the email, but I'm going to see the two of you after the meeting. We're going to talk about the conversation we had at our meeting this afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Very good. All right. Done. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, folks. I think we can do a motion to adjourn at this point.
Motion to adjourn.
All right, so moved. Thanks, folks.
Thank you.